Welcome to the Audiobook Chamber, where ideas speak and insight transforms. Today, we explore The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley and William Danko, a revealing study of America's quiet millionaires and the surprising traits that built their wealth. This book dismantles stereotypes and replaces them with data-driven wisdom, frugality, discipline, planning, and intentional living. This isn't a summary. It's an experience, a journey into the mindset and behaviors of people who quietly built financial freedom one modest decision at a time. So take a deep breath, open your mind, and step with us into The Millionaire Next Door, brought to life by the Audiobook Chamber, where true wealth begins in the mind. Most people imagine millionaires as symbols of luxury: the sports car in the driveway, the oversized home, the curated lifestyle. But Stanley's research reveals a quieter truth. Real wealth rarely announces itself. Most millionaires live in ordinary neighborhoods, drive sensible cars, and spend far less than they earn. We often mistake consumption for success, yet the evidence shows the opposite. Many who appear wealthy are trapped in debt, while those who look unremarkable are quietly building freedom. Their lives are shaped not by status, but by discipline, saving consistently, living below their means, and choosing independence over image. Wealth isn't created through display. It's created through restraint, intention, and a long-term mindset that prioritizes stability over spectacle. In a noisy world obsessed with appearances, true prosperity remains understated and unmistakably real. Income matters, but not nearly as much as what you choose to keep. Stanley's research reveals a steady pattern. True wealth builders live below their means, no matter how much they earn. High income does not guarantee financial freedom, but a high savings rate almost always does. Most people fall into lifestyle inflation, spending more as they earn more, mistaking comfort for progress. Millionaires avoid this trap. They expand their savings before they expand their lifestyle. Their measure of success isn't what they can buy today, but what they are able to build for tomorrow. Every dollar saved becomes a silent employee working around the clock on your behalf. Every unnecessary purchase becomes a quiet thief of your future options. The millionaire next door understands this. Freedom grows from disciplined choices, not from outward displays. Wealth is not the reward for indulgence. It is the result of intentional restraint. Debt promises convenience, but it often steals security. In The Millionaire Next Door, Stanley and Danko reveal a consistent pattern. Truly wealthy individuals treat debt with caution bordering on suspicion. To them, borrowing isn't normal. It's a calculated risk. They avoid financing depreciating assets. They stay away from credit-driven lifestyles. They refuse the quiet trap of monthly payments that drain tomorrow's freedom for today's comfort. Millionaires build wealth on ownership, not obligation, on delayed gratification, not impulse spending. They understand that every loan reduces future flexibility. Every financed purchase mortgages time, not just money. And every avoided debt preserves power, the power to save, invest, and choose without constraint. In a world where easy credit is marketed as opportunity, discipline becomes a competitive advantage. Debt erodes future wealth. Discipline compounds it. Avoiding debt isn't just good math. It's a philosophy of long-term control. Self-made millionaires rarely emerge from luck, inheritance, or sudden opportunity. Stanley and Danko's research reveals a different pattern. Wealth built quietly, patiently, through decades of disciplined behavior. Saving regularly, investing steadily, budgeting intentionally, making progress so small it appears invisible to everyone else. Compounding works slowly, almost imperceptibly at first. Months pass, years pass. The numbers rise, but gently. Then one day, the curve bends, and consistency reveals its true power. Millionaires understand that money grows like a tree, quietly beneath the soil, gradually through the seasons, flourishing only when tended with care. Get rich quick thinking chases excitement and loses stability. Get rich slow thinking embraces patience and gains freedom. In the end, consistency is the quiet architect of wealth, the force that transforms ordinary incomes into extraordinary independence. Budgeting is not a sign of financial struggle. It is a sign of financial intelligence. Stanley and Danko discovered that millionaires, even those with high incomes and substantial net worth, maintain clear spending plans. They track where their money goes, set intentional targets, and manage cash flow with the same discipline that built their wealth in the first place. To them, a budget isn't limitation, it's clarity. It distinguishes mindful choices from impulsive ones, long-term priorities from short-term temptations. By knowing exactly how each dollar is used, they ensure that each dollar works for their future rather than being wasted on momentary desires. Budgeting turns money from a source of stress into a strategic tool. It provides control, direction, and purpose, the very foundations of financial independence. The wealthy don't budget because they're poor. They budget because it's one of the habits that made and keeps them rich. One of the strongest predictors of long-term wealth is not income, education, or even discipline. It is choosing a partner who shares your financial values. Stanley and Danko found that millionaires tend to marry spouses who live modestly, avoid impulsive spending, and prioritize stability over status. These couples build wealth not through dramatic decisions, but through quiet alignment, shared goals, shared restraint, shared purpose. When two people move in the same financial direction, progress accelerates. Every choice compounds, savings grow faster, risks are managed together, and conflicts become conversations rather than crises. But when values clash, money becomes a battlefield. Wealth leaks through disagreements, unaligned habits, and lifestyles built on competing priorities. Money is never just math. It is communication, culture, and daily behavior woven between two lives. Harmony builds wealth. Disorder erodes it. At the heart of The Millionaire Next Door lies a single guiding principle: financial independence above all else. Quiet millionaires do not measure success by the admiration of strangers or the shine of possessions. They aren't driven by the need to appear successful, only by the desire to be free. They buy for function, not applause. They spend deliberately, choosing durability over display. And every financial decision asks a simple question: does this bring me closer to independence or pull me further from it? Financial independence means owning your time. It means working because you choose to, not because bills demand it. It turns money from a source of stress into a source of security, optionality, and calm. Status, on the other hand, is loud. It craves validation. It consumes resources but rarely builds any. Millionaires understand the deeper truth. Status seeks attention. Wealth seeks freedom. And freedom, not appearance, is the real measure of prosperity. Most millionaires don't try to outsmart the market. They don't hunt for the next big stock, gamble on trends, or place their future in the hands of speculation. Instead, they follow a philosophy that is humble, consistent, and remarkably effective. They invest in what they understand: broad index funds, retirement accounts, diversified portfolios that grow slowly and reliably over decades. They let compounding do the heavy lifting, trusting time more than timing. Millionaires know that the pursuit of cleverness often leads to losses, while the pursuit of simplicity leads to stability. Their wealth isn't built on extraordinary insight, but on ordinary discipline repeated year after year. They avoid emotional trading. They resist market noise. They stay invested when others panic. Because true wealth isn't created in moments of brilliance. It is created in years of patience. Simple, steady, sustainable, a quiet strategy that outperforms louder ones. High income does not guarantee wealth. In fact, Stanley and Danko found that many high earners live paycheck to paycheck, trapped by mortgages, car payments, and lifestyles built for admiration rather than independence. Millionaires, by contrast, are defined not by what they earn, but by how they behave. Their wealth is the outcome of discipline, not dollars. They control expenses with intention. They invest early and consistently, even when the amount seems small. They resist lifestyle creep, refusing to let rising income dictate rising consumption. They follow long-term plans with quiet commitment, year after year. A modest earner who saves diligently will often surpass a high earner who spends impulsively. Wealth is a measure of stewardship, not salary. The millionaire next door understands a truth society often forgets. Prosperity comes from keeping more, not earning more. Income sets the stage. Discipline builds the fortune. Becoming the millionaire next door is not the result of a windfall or a sudden breakthrough. It is the outcome of a lifestyle, one shaped by values, not vanity. Millionaires build wealth by choosing freedom over flash, patience over impulse, and long-term vision over short-term gratification. They live modestly, avoid unnecessary upgrades, and make financial decisions that align with independence rather than image. Wealth emerges from thousands of quiet choices, saving when others spend, investing when others delay, planning when others drift. These habits compound into stability, security, and opportunity. Financial success is not an event. It is a rhythm, a steady, intentional way of living that prioritizes clarity, restraint, and purpose. Wealth isn't something you achieve once. It's something you practice every day. The millionaire next door reveals that wealth is rarely loud, dramatic, or accidental. It is built slowly, through restraint, intention, and a lifetime of disciplined choices. The truly wealthy are often invisible, living modestly, avoiding unnecessary debt, investing steadily, and valuing freedom over appearance. Their habits form a clear pattern. Live below your means, save consistently, grow what you earn, and resist the pull of status. These simple behaviors, repeated over years, become the foundation of financial independence. Wealth is not a moment of luck, it is a daily commitment. A quiet decision to choose stability over impulse, purpose over image, and long-term freedom over short-term gratification. True prosperity grows not from extravagance, but from clarity, discipline, and intention. You've been listening to The Millionaire Next Door, brought to life by the Audiobook Chamber. If these insights reshaped how you view wealth, simplicity, or financial freedom, continue exploring our playlists, from mindset to wealth, entrepreneur to power, each designed to expand the way you think, live, and grow. Because here, at the Audiobook Chamber, we believe that true wealth begins in the mind.